Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me on a beautiful afternoon here in the Netherlands. Today, to meet up and talk cars with Dutch DJ Nicky Romero. Now Nick is a famous music producer, he's worked with some of the greats, but today we're going to be talking about cars and his bikes as well, but namely the BMW M5 competition. We're going to be heading inside as well, a quick look at the studio, and then we're going to be pulling out the McLaren 570S Spider to go out for a little ride as well. So let's head in then and catch up with Nick. Hey Nick, how you doing?
Tim, how are you, man? Welcome to the studios.
Thank you very much, nice to be here.
Have you ever been at the recording studio?
Nope, first time.
Well, welcome then. This is my car, is my daily driver, and as you can see, it looks pretty daily.
Yeah, well, I mean, nothing wrong with that. The M5 is actually a great car, has to be said.
The fun fact about this car is actually that nobody really recognizes it as a, as a fast car.
That's true.
Usually people will walk by and be like, oh, okay, nice car, and then next.
You know what? Actually, having parked the SLS right next to you, if you did a full kind of launch control between the M5 competition and the SLS Black, you would actually be quicker.
You think so?
I do. You've got four-wheel drive. This thing's insanely fast.
It is really
625
fast.
Horsepower fast.
And how fast is this one, 0 to 60?
I don't actually know the exact number, I don't know.
I know this one is like 3.4, I think, or 3.3-ish.
It's about that. Maybe it'd be quite similar, it'd be quite interesting. But the M5, because I actually had an M5 before the competition came out. I had it for a short while. Brilliant car. Really, really good car.
The fun fact about it is that I'm always like an Audi guy. I always had like R6, and I like the Quattro side of it. I like the spaciousness of the R6. And then one guy told me you should try the new M5. You know why? Because you have two knobs, M1, M2. You can program that, and you can switch from four-wheel to two-wheel drive while driving.
Yep.
So that's what the best part of this car is. When you're in the car, I press M2 twice, and then I can just like, you know what I mean? Never do it on a public road.
No.
But it's really, really fun.
Definitely. Well, can we come on through? Can we go have a look inside? Go check out some of your bikes and the McLaren as well.
Let's not forget how beautiful this car is.
Thank you.
Really an amazing car. So much class and so much history right here in this car.
Well, it's serving me very well on this little trip. Nice to have it here in the Netherlands as well, of course.
I'm really happy to see a British car like this being proud here in the Netherlands in this beautiful atmosphere. So thank you for coming by.
Pleasure. And I have to say, this is a cool room. This is like your bars, DJ set.
We would say like this is the Friday afternoon space. So usually, without the whole situation going on now, this is filled with people that work at the office and at the studios, and this is just where we have a laugh, where we have a drink, where we talk about cars, where we talk about motorcycles.
I like how you've got the American and Canadian license plates.
Yeah, and the fun fact about the plates is what I really love about the American and plates from Canada is it always has like a quote. So it has the lone state in Texas, it has yours to discover, Ontario, Canada, and all these places have an amazing slogan, and it's something that we miss in the Netherlands. So let's come up with something good.
For sure, this is actually kind of cool. I like your memorabilia. I'm always looking at like garages and man caves, and I guess talking about garages, I can spot some bikes and things. Can we come on through?
Have you ever driven a motorcycle?
No, to be honest. I don't think I've actually ever even been on a bike in my life. I've sat on a static bike. I've never ridden a bike.
Oh, well, I can imagine that it's not, maybe something that you would really go for in first place. I truly love driving cars, but motorcycles is just a nice switch. Mm-hmm. You're very vulnerable, so don't do anything super crazy. But the speed and the feeling of speed is just so much different than from a car.
So, well, that's a very fast car. Something like these are probably faster.
So, I know you guys are really into cars, so am I, but I'll tell you just a little bit of these Ducatis. This is an 1199 Superleggera. There's 500 built. This is number 74. And it has roughly 231 horsepower, and it weighs, I only know kilograms,
kilograms is good.
Oh, it's 150 kilograms, which means it's about 1.4, I think, horsepower per kilogram.
I was just quickly doing that sum, so that is about a tenth of the weight of that.
Correct, yeah.
With, about a third of the power.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
So this is so fast that when you're on the highway and you accelerate, you just feel the blood like disappearing. It just goes to the back of your head. It's just like, okay, it's time to let go of the throttle and of the gas. And so it's fun, but it's a little exhausting to ride for longer than 1 hour.
I can imagine. What are the other 2 bikes?
This is of a friend of mine. He just got his driver's license, so he actually just got it to train a little bit on a motorcycle. It looks very cool. Suzuki GSX-R 750. It's just a great first motorcycle. This is my Multistrada. It's completely customized. As Ducati is part of Audi now.
Yep.
That's why you'll see some of the logos. So not on this side maybe, but you'll see like especially on the branding of the actual clothing of Ducati, you see a lot of Audi because.
Oh yeah, I spot some of the logos.
So
and the Kravovich exhaust system.
Yeah, I got everything customized here, and this is just a nice all-road bike. You can compare it to the R6. It's really fast.
Okay.
But it's not showing that much.
Okay, that's cool.
That's the motorcycles for now.
Yeah, let's talk cars. McLaren 570S Spider, but you got a wing on it.
Yeah. What do you think of the wing?
This is the MSO kit, right?
Yeah.
So the MSO factory full carbon wing.
Yeah. And I'll tell you why I got it. The car is fire black, which means it has like an orange, a little bit like an orange.
Turn on the light.
Yeah. You see that it blinks a little bit in orange, or how do you say that in English?
Yeah, the orange metallic flake kind of.
Exactly, yeah. So when I got it, I always thought that the 570 looked a little bit naked without a wing. I thought that was the only piece it missed.
Okay.
So there was a Novitec wing that you could like order from McLaren's factory or from my car dealer actually got it to me. But the thing I don't like about Novitec, even though it's a great brand, is that the side of the wing were like shaking while driving.
Okay.
So because of the material, and now MSO came up with a new wing called the High Downforce kit.
Okay.
So McLaren in the Netherlands called me and they said, Nick, there's something that you need to have. Bring your car. So I brought my car and they came up with this huge box. 2 guys, just bringing these boxes in, and they opened the box and there was the wing. And the cool part about this wing, that it has an actual like braking light in it.
Yeah, for all the regulations and stuff. So it has a brake light there.
Yep.
Because obviously you can't see the one that's normally on the rear deck.
So this
Clever.
This one is bypassed as they use the cable to connect that light. So this one is disabled now. And
makes sense.
So they also add like an extra 2 wings under the car to give more down.
To balance it. Yeah. So you have to, if you put a wing on the back, you need to do something at the front.
Exactly, yeah, in order to balance it out.
Awesome.
So, other than that, you might recognize it as a custom, like a standard 570 Spider. Just added some tapes and coloring here.
Pinstripes around the bottom to match with the red calipers as well.
Exactly, yeah. And that's what I tried to do with the brakes and with little details in the chair and the steering wheel. And for me, that makes it a pretty perfect car.
Nice. Well, are you okay if we fire it up, take the roof off?
Definitely.
Take it out.
You're gonna ride it. Am I the one?
You're gonna drive. You're gonna drive. I'm gonna hop on board with you.
Actually, it's nice weather, so this will be. I think this will be the first time in 2 weeks that I'm taking it out.
Really? Perfect.
Let's see if the battery is still alive.
Oh, fingers are crossed. The moment of truth. Is it going to fire straight into life? Fingers are crossed. Perfect. Actually, sounds pretty good. Sounds good in here. Nice. So, roof as well. Good stuff. We'll get the car around to the front and then head out. This is looking lovely in the sunshine, but let me come and climb on board then. Go out for a little ride.
There we go.
Dihedral doors, always very cool. So I'm actually getting in on my correct side right now. The
this
right
is
side of the car.
when you drive, right?
Yeah, normally right-hand drive for us Brits. Oh. But yeah, lovely thing, the 570, isn't it?
Well, welcome in my car.
Thank you. Yeah, how long have you had this? Like 6 months or so?
Yeah, roughly like a half a year. And you know what? The weather now is actually getting better. That's why I really like to drive with the rooftop open. Because it's my first convertible car, so I'm really enjoying the weather. Actually getting a little bit of a tan, something that I never have with my work in studios.
Yeah.
So this is my way of getting some sun in, I think, on a daily basis.
On the move, this is lovely with the roof down, but you said it was your first convertible.
It is, yeah.
What have you had before? What's your first kind of super sports car?
My very first dream car actually came from Need for Speed, the game, and I saw an Audi R8 and I was like, I want to have that car.
The first gen R8?
The first generation, yeah.
V8, V10?
V10, and I started building some other brands, like some interest in other brands, and then eventually it made me end up with McLaren, and I bought a 570, and I was like, the roof needs to be able to get, like, I want to feel some sun, and that brought me to the Spider.
Perfect. Well, you've owned, like, you've had AMG GTS, GTR,
yeah.
Ferraris, 458, 488.
Yeah.
So you've had a number of cool cars.
They're all great cars, and every car has its own perk. It has its own coolness, but you know, McLaren for me just has a combination of factors that I really love. It's fast, it looks cool, the doors go up like this, the scissor doors is something that I always dreamed of, and every time I get my groceries and I open my door like that, people are just like, hold on, what kind of car is that?
Have you ever been tempted by a Lamborghini?
I love Lamborghini, I truly love Lamborghini, but sometimes for me and my image as an artist, it can be a little bit much. It's just a brand that gets a lot of attention, and I think McLaren is just a little more classy.
That's interesting. I see what you mean, because there is Lamborghinis are crazy cars, right? But often in bright colors, as you say, stand out a lot, shout a lot, make a lot of sound,
and a crazy sound. They're truly amazing looking cars. But for me, McLaren just fits a little bit more to me as a person.
Okay, I get it. And it's not like this is a bad car.
it's not like a second choice or something.
Yeah, the 570 Spider.
Yeah, it's a
sounds
great
great. This must be the sports exhaust.
Yeah,
on the back of it.
Yeah. And when it's warm, it starts to like pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pops, kind of almost fizzes a bit.
Yeah, it's just so nice.
And with the sun out on it as well, I can see, I doubt the camera can quite see, but the metallic flake in the paint, you can actually spot quite clearly as well, especially up here on the buttress. It's really, really nice, the colour that you've got. And the spec ties in well too. Red seat belts, the red stitching inside, and the steering wheel.
I actually changed the steering wheel because I really wanted to have, I know that sounds a bit crazy, but I wanted this to match with the rest. And now the only thing that I'm in my head with, I saw you had the 12 o'clock mark on your Mercedes, and I'm like, I need to go back, I want to have the 12 o'clock mark
to get that top section.
Yeah, like right here, like this red thing here.
Fun details. Racing, of course, by having a 12 o'clock means that you can easily see when the wheel is pointing straight, although in theory, I guess from the wheels you should be able to tell that anyway.
Yeah, it just looks very cool.
Sounds good. I love the way McLarens drive. I mean, I've been lucky to own a few and to drive many of them, and I just think they're brilliant cars.
What is your favorite McLaren?
Favorite?
I know nobody really asks you the question in your videos. I just want you to know, what is your, and why is your favorite McLaren?
I think probably this might be odd from mine, because I currently own two. I have the McLaren Senna, which is, when it comes to performance, the most extreme thing that you can have, and it's so fast, it's unreal. But I think I'd actually take my 675 LT Spider, because I love the 675 LT. I mean, the LT cars are brilliant.
Yeah, long tail.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. But the Spider, there's something about the roof off, isn't there? For a road car. You know, these are cars that have race technology, and they can go to the racetrack, and they're really, really fast, but they're road cars. They're for driving like this, for enjoying. And a Spider is really cool. The Spider is nice.
And then one guy ever told me, from a collector also of cars, he said, Nick, if you ever buy a convertible, you really don't want to go back anymore.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
I do think it's a thing. I've had this. I've actually gone. So while you've had coupe, and now into a Spider, I've kind of backwards and forwards a bit. I had a coupe, then a Spider, then another coupe, then another Spider, and I always feel like that. But obviously, the Spider models tend to come out a little bit later.
True.
Same as you had with buying this after the coupe.
That's very true.
And they come out a bit later, and then it's a bit more expensive. So it does make you think and kind of question whether that's the right choice.
That's true. I understand that. Yeah.
If everything was equal, they came out at the same time, they cost the same money. When you have a hardtop convertible like this, there's very little reason not to
buy that one. Yeah. So I would always pick a hardtop over softtop anyway, because softtop, they look too convertible to me. Okay. Now if the roof is on, not only it looks like a normal car, like a coupe, but it also sort of behaves like it. Yeah. If you have a softtop, then it just feels like every time it rains, I'm like, I gotta make sure it keeps dry in here, you know?
The paranoia.
Yeah. So can you imagine you would own a very expensive car and you would have the feeling that water is coming through all the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get it, but I'm just like, no, I'm gonna stick with this. Yeah. So no, for me it's the hardtop, but I don't think I'm gonna move away from the convertible anymore. That being said, I'm not sure, but I think so.
It's probably too early, but if you're a car guy, you must be thinking about what might come next.
Is that a question? What? Maybe you know me a little bit too well in these, like, you know, few hours that we've met since first time in real life. I think you're gonna know, you have a sense of what I'm about to say. As I said, McLaren really fits my personality. I think the only way to go is the 765 LT Spider,
which will be an insane car. That will be, I mean, it's not been announced or officially introduced yet. They just launched the 765 LT Coupe, but 720S, the long tail ethos, it's going to be an epic thing. It looks
I have another
mad.
question for you though, Tim.
Yeah?
What do you think about the 765 comparing to the 720?
Well, I've not seen a 765 yet.
You
I've
haven't
not
seen it?
No, I haven't been able to see it. It hasn't been one at any of the events or anything that I've been to. Obviously, given everything that went on through the early parts of this year, so I've not seen it.
Oh, I've seen it. They invited me and I sat in it. And one of the coolest parts about the 765 LT is that you can see the engine. There's like a little window in the back.
Yeah.
And you can see the actual engine and the rear, like the flaps. How do you say that in English? I got lost in the words.
Like the rear wing?
The rear wing, yeah. So the cool part about that, it's huge and it moves up and down all the time, just like the 720 did. But this one is even bigger and it moves even more. So it really looks
dramatic.
Yeah, it's just like when you see it on the road. I haven't driven it, but I can imagine like in movies, you see the wing like going up and down like it dances on the road. It's just magical.
I can imagine. Well, I guess you've seen the center wing, right?
I've seen the center wing.
So the center wing is a complete like picnic table that flips up in the air as an air brake.
It's really insane. And with the Senna, I really love the exhaust. So it's just like the
way it points.
Yeah,
it's cool. The 765 has that kind of quadruple exhaust.
It really does. It really does. So yeah, I'm gonna stick to McLaren. I really love the other brands, and maybe one day, I think we both raced the same track in Las Vegas at Exotic Racing.
Oh, did you? You went to Exotic Racing?
Yeah, and I think we were both on the same ranking.
Okay,
you were just
cool.
a little faster than I was. That means I gotta go back and race again.
You had gone before me, weren't you? I did know that. Your name was up on the board when I went out there. They're great guys, though. I thought that
Very
place was
nice guys.
awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody there, Exotic Racing Las Vegas, like super nice, super cool instructors, great lineup of cars. Shout out for those guys.
Yeah, so yeah, I think you also were the one that named me, or at least mentioned me on Instagram.
I did,
that
yes.
you've driven at Exotic.
I forgot that's how we first spoke.
That's how we got in touch.
I remember now.
So we want to thank Exotic Racing for getting in touch.
That's cool.
I got to learn Tim's story right now, and that's really interesting to know too. I get inspired a lot by people that just do well and and create something that wasn't there yet. So I'm very thankful for getting to know you too and knowing you a little bit more as a person.
I appreciate that, thank you. And likewise, I've just been learning a lot about studios and music producing and everything on that front, which I had no idea about before. And I know lots of you guys might comment about the audio in my videos. That's a different topic.
I can always try to help though. If you don't want to help me, I can always try to help.
I'm getting some lessons. Gotta love that sound and the little pop you get on the shift.
Especially when it's warm. Like now, if I step the gas and if I let go of it, it's gonna pop when I shift back. That's just what I like about it. Not sure if it's gonna capture it. We'll see. It's still being a little quiet.
Well, it's not bad.
It's just a nice sound, man. I really love it.
There's a lot of torque. It's a fast thing, this.
Oh.
And there's a nice view of an SLS Black Series in the rear view camera. Well, hopefully not right behind us. Cool. That was fun. Thanks for the ride.
No, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Awesome. I do like how they have the reversing camera on the dashboard. It makes life very easy.
That's actually the second generation 570 that has it. Otherwise, it shows up here.
Ah, so on your coupe was it? It was on
it was there, yeah.
Right, so they did the updates on it.
Yep. There's quite a few updates actually, not only on the screen but also on the exhaust pipe.
Now, this is the kind of thing you only learn when you live with a car.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I learn from the best, and if I look at your videos, I know I need to study a car before I can say that I own it.
Okay, I know what you mean. Well, thank you. Well, for sure, I appreciate that. That was good fun.
Of course.
And,
Of course.
we get at the base then, and the cars are looking lovely in the sunshine, but thank you very much for that. That was awesome fun.
Thank you for coming over, appreciate that.
Absolute pleasure to experience your 570S Spider, see the M5, have a look around the studios as well. Really cool setup, thank you.
I appreciate that, thank you so much.
Epic, epic. Well guys, hope you've enjoyed the video, hope you've enjoyed coming along, seeing a little bit about this car as well. For me, it's going to be back on the road in the SLS, but that's it for this time. I'll pop Nick's links down below, go check him out, Nicky Romero, if you aren't already following over on Instagram and the like as well. But that's it for now, I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.